Hi everyone, Tag Roulette October. Now Anne has drawn circles, applique, blanket stitch. So I thought I'd continue filling this little spot, and I think this is from the same old tea towel as this, so I thought I might use the yellow because I think that'll come in really nicely. And I have got a circle template here. So I might get a few different sizes. Get a bit of the white. This is the water-soluble fibre pen. And I'll just cut those out. Okay, so circles, definitely filling up that spot for sure. Now I've got blanket stitch down here and double blanket stitch here, so I think it'll go really nicely to have a bit more around some of these circles. I think I'll go, so I do blanket stitch both ways. I go clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on what I'm doing. Maybe depending on the mood, I don't know. Either way, let's get those tassels out of the way. Sometimes it's handy to be ambidextrous. I shoot archery right-handed. I can kick a ball with either foot. Soccer, football, Australian football. Left-footed, often, but right when I do sports. So if I'm doing softball or something like that, I'm using the bat right-handed, not left-handed. But I do both. I try both. It was the same when I tried to learn guitar or bass. I tried both ways, and they both worked for different things. Both were easy, both were hard. Well, you know, learning an instrument is hard, but either way, I could have done it left or right-handed. So there you go. I don't know why I started saying that. Just out of the blue. Anyway, blanket stitch. It's pretty simple. You basically make sure that that little loop is behind the part you're bringing up. Down in under, out, and make sure this is underneath. Right, just finishing up coming around the inner circles. Okay, we've got 2 months to go, so I've got to do the applique, and I've still got a bit of space down here, I could even add in something here or here around this bottom part too. So let's do the applique. All right, I'm going to just add a little strip. So I'm going to needle turn it so that you turn the edge in under. I'm just going to add that little strip there because I think because there's a couple of months left, it just might be fun to put on a little patch that kind of gives a little bit of play space later. So it's not, I was thinking of putting a letter or a shape or something. However, aside from the fact that I've got a word on this button and I've got French words, you know, for sewing or embroidery around the place up here, I just thought a big letter might not quite work. It's still fairly abstract the way it is, so I'm just going to needle turn this on, and of course applique is just adding things, so I could do a blanket stitch along this edge as well. Might just do that. Why not? Move that along. So you could needle turn many different ways. It's really just using a needle to sew down the edge when you've turned the edge under, really, isn't it? That's my understanding of it anyway. Pins are a little bit of a nuisance there. A lot of blanket stitch on this one today. I'm just thinking also with the circles, I can also add something on that. That's why I was thinking they were nice little spots for something small to be done. But we don't know. There could be a stitch that we get to do that will be perfect to put on top of those. Or I will just add a whole heap of things like French knots or something. We'll see. In the past when, say for instance, when we did the weaving or macrame, there were a lot of loose threads and I left them hanging to decide later what I was going to do with them. And here I'm doing a bit the same. I'm going to leave this loose because I don't know what the next November stitches will be, and it could be something where I want to put something underneath or anything, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to, I think I'd like to put a letter on there in the future. Maybe I'll just do that midweek, mid-month even. Okay, so we've got circles, applique and backstitch. So a lot of these things already are applique. So it just means adding to. So it's not really, nothing tricky about that. Of course, if you want to do reverse applique, then that could be another story altogether. Maybe that one will come up next time. Who knows? Anyway, Here is October Tag Roulette, and I am loving this. I'm just loving that I started with a neutral palette, but it's very spring-like. It's got sort of more some autumny colours, but overall it's very spring-like, which is good because we're in spring right now. All right, well, there we go, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.